So as we've seen in the last example, a little bit of an accessibility issue when you kind of put in the correct email and it still doesn't do what you want. Look, we'll try and have a work around that. As I say, there's another way where I can get rid of that message, but the problem is people can put in emails like this because, would you believe it, the correct syntax of an email can be taken to be test at example. So you can let me know your thoughts or whatever, whether you prefer someone to be able to enter an email like that and not have that message come up, can be a bit annoying, or whether we go for the safety of making sure that the email is fully correct and just kind of saying in our limitations that time to get rid of that annoying kind of message there. So look, we get an invalid email here and all that, but .ie, change that, and now it's going to tell me please match the form requested. So that is a bit of a accessibility issue which we'll try and fix up later. Okay, so moving on to the next bit then. So we had another else if statement here. If this turns out to be false here and moves on and does the next check, and the next check is going to be as if the country check happens to be equal to, and what we're checking here is that when the value is returned from the checks box, so what gets actually returned is the name. So when the user selects whatever box, this is what gets returned: Ireland, England, USA. So in our case, we're going to check if the value is choice. So if it's choice, that means that the user has not selected anything at all, which is not what we want. We want to say alert, please enter your, please select a country, I should say. Please select a country. And maybe again, exclamation mark. You don't need the exclamation mark. You don't want to frighten anyone, but return false here again because, everything goes through the whole section. Of course, I keep forgetting putting in the semicolons. And for the large part, it works, but you should have them in, really. Again, another one up there. You should have all them semicolons in. Don't be forgetting to put them in. Just a little bit of a bad habit I have there. So that's going to be the country check done. We also want to put in else if your inquiry underscore check. If that happens, so if the user doesn't put in anything, you're going to need to let them know, right, what's going on here. Please enter your query. And semicolon into that, and again return false. So the query check false with the semicolon, and the last one. So I think that's it then. I think we've all the fields kind of checked at that stage, and we just want to throw out here an old console.log for testing purposes. So hopefully you can see all that. Console.log for testing purposes here. We're going to say something like open sesame or something, I don't know, something like that. And again, and this time we're going to return, so if it's got all the way to here, we're going to return true, which is what we want, because if it's passed all the tests, everything's correct, we want to return true, and the validate form will now be true, which will do our check. So we've got all that done. Let's have a check of that in the next video.